Hey guys, Gutmuncher Zero here, and Gut plays with O-gauge trains. And so O-gauge trains are like the old trains that they had back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and the post-war years, the 50s, 60s, and then the modern age is the 70s to the present. And for my first layout, originally, this is my first basement layout since I fixed up my basement. And originally I was going to use this. This is Gargrave's track, Gargrave's GG track. And it's got actual wood ties. It's about 3 feet long per section there. And that's actually flexible, and you can lay it down flat and bend it. As you can see, it's got a center rail that's black to make it a little less visible. And it's very realistic, but the problem with it is, once you bend that, it's bent. So I actually am not sure how I want my final layout to look. Then I thought about going back to this. Now this is O27 gauge track, and this is the track I used on my first O gauge layout back in 2005. And as you can see, it's not very realistic. There's not very many ties on it, but it is pretty standard track. It's been around since the 20s, I think. And this is the track I'm actually going to use. This is called FasTrack or FasTrack. It's made by Lionel. And so the nice thing about this is it's got the base on it. It's got realistic ties on it. And the outside rails are connected to each other. And that's that little piece of metal there that I'm touching. And then the inside rail, which is that center tab, that actually is the rail that carries power to the train. So I decided I'm going to use FasTrack. And I'm also going to use what's called Trainmaster Command Control, TMCC. And so this is the remote. It's called the Cab 1. This is an older one. And I actually got this on eBay. And I don't know, about 4 years ago. And the nice thing about this is it can control this, which is called a TPC. And it can also control this, which is called an SC2. Now, this is the first time I had an SC2. What this is, I'm going to have switches on my layout, and switches are what we call a turnout. A turnout is the part of the train track where the train can either go straight or turn. And so turnouts either go to the left or to the right, or they go straight. This device here hooks up to your TMCC command base, and then you actually can control it with your remote. This is the command base, okay, and that's what is controlled by the remote. That sends the signal to the track. And then over here, this is the power supply, and this is a brick. It's called a powerhouse, Lionel powerhouse, and you can turn it on or off. And then it also has there's an on-off switch. It also has a circuit breaker built in case you have to, the circuit breaks. This is a switch, and now this is O36 switch. What that means is that the curved part of the track is part of a 36-inch diameter circle, and the straight part obviously just goes straight. And this is a remote switch, and so it actually has a remote controller there that is wired to the track, and you can just push that little switch on there and it'll turn the track left or right. Let me show you here on the back. You can actually put longer wires on there if you want. You can also wire this up to the SC2, which is what I'm going to do. That part there is the actual machine that turns the switch, and on the other side there's a area you can actually swap that to the other side. And then here on the end, if you saw that for a second, there's like a little half circle. And then it also comes with this little piece, and I'm going to have to look that up in the instructions because I'm not sure what that is. Looks like it's a filler. Alright, so these are terminal tracks, and they have the wires on them. And I'm going to use 2 of those, and one of them is going to control the power to the track. And the other one is connected only to the command base for the TMCC, and that carries the control signals to the actual track. Alright, now there's 2 different wires that go to the terminal track, the terminal piece Oops, I put that one on backwards. The wire was on the wrong side. There's actually 2 wires that go to the terminal track. One of them is the A wire, one of them is the U wire. The A wire is the one that carries power. Now here's 2 pieces of the curve track. I'm going to show you how easily these things go together. You just have to push it together and it clicks, and then that's it. And see, it doesn't want to fall apart. It's pretty sturdy, but yet it is very easy to pull apart with the right effort. You don't want to break it though. And so I'm just going to make a circle or a loop of track here. I'm going to make an oval actually, and that's going to be our first layout here on our new railroad. That little silver box in the front, that's the TPC 400, and that actually gets command controls from your remote from the cab 1. So now I'm just going to complete the oval. But the TPC is actually for controlling what's called conventional engines. So conventional engines do not have a robot brain in them. They don't have a little computer chip in them that gets signals directly from the TMCC command. And I'm going to get more into that in later videos. I'll probably do one just on the TMCC stuff. But I just wanted to throw together a layout and show you just how easy this is. So see, I've put this whole layout together, including hooking up pretty advanced wiring control system here in just no time. This video is 10 minutes long. It actually represents probably about a half hour of work, maybe 40 minutes, but most of that time was spent because I couldn't figure out where some of my supplies were. You saw those tubs at the beginning of this video. Now you have to program the TPC 400, so you set it to program, and then I'm going to program this as track 1, TR 1, and then there's a little set button at the bottom, and you have to push that, and this is the only time you really set it is when you program something. So then when I close this up again, then you'll see I turned the programming off, so now it's ready to run. And there's a train, and now that's a conventional train. It does not have a computer brain, so I'm just controlling it with that TPC. And the TPC is just going to actually act like a throttle. And what it does is it determines how much power goes to the track, and that determines how this engine actually runs. So as I turn that up, I actually have to get power to the track. Blow the horn. And then I'm going to make it go. Are you ready? Any second now. There it goes. Oops. Got the remote in the way. Let's bring it back. So as you can see, I mean, this FasTrack stuff is great. TMCC is great. I just wanted to do a really quick video to show you just how easily it is to hook this stuff up and really encourage people to go out and get this stuff. It's really a lot of fun. This is the simplest layout you can have. It's basically the layout that comes with every ready-to-run train. And in my next video, I'll show you how to use a regular controller throttle pack that comes with the Lionel ready-to-run trains as well. But to be honest, I wanted to show you how to do what is really actually a very advanced command control layout. As you can see, I'm not touching anything on that layout. I'm controlling that train with my remote control. And there you have it. I hope you liked my video. That is actually not a Lionel engine. That's a ready-made toys made that, and I actually bought that when I was on a trip with my friends Jim Tassel and Charlie. We went up to York, PA, and I bought that from a lady that actually works for the company. So anyway, this was my first layout using TMCC in my new basement. This is all Lionel, and I hope you like it. I hope it encourages you to try to do this yourself. It's a lot of fun. And I'm going to do a lot more explanation in other videos. See ya!